Hello once again, back to Sunless Skies. And off we go again into the depths of Alboin. So, I am super excited for this. Mostly because we're making some progress, we're making some strides in storyline, less slogging, if that makes sense. I mean, I don't mind a bit of slog every now and then, a bit of effort, but it's nice to just make our way through. So, we're going back to the Royal Society for our race to doohickey thing, but we also need to find something that's over in this area, which is either likely going to be here, there, or there. So what we're going to do is we're going to go shoop, de-whoop, de-woo-wee-whoop, and then explore this area. That is our plan of action. Ugh. And we're doing pretty darn good. Excuse me. I love that little piece of art though. I still can't believe how much that threw me for a loop. It wasn't even funny how much that threw me for a loop. Hello. An Alboin marauder mangled. Let's break into the captain's cabin. A barrel of unseasoned hours, which we can't hold on to. Shoot. Let's dump the crockery. Alright, so that's not good, but we don't really care because we're just going north and to the left. In a fair minute. Not this left, but the next left. Man, things are tougher. But that new gun system, though, the Japes. I love it. Freaked me out for a second there. I love that little, like, overlay. Like that floating debris in space. Like that's in front of the camera. Oh. Love it. Our graveyard! That we don't really want to interact with. So we should just go roll up through here and we can send out the owl. Monitor, sweet. Don't have to deal with that. There's another something grave over there. But we don't really care that much. We're gonna head this way. I've got plenty of supplies, but we're not going to get any until the royal thingamajigger, so we should be fine though. So let's send them out again. See what we find. Nothing. Alright. Well, that's fine. Now we are in a speed is of the essence kind of mode. $30 days. 30 days is a decent. 30 days is actually a long stretch of time. That's actually a really long stretch of time. So we're probably fine. But okay, that's a rather boring trek. I don't want to dilly-dally, and we're just going to get back to the racing club thingamajigger in the Royal Society pretty quickly. Plus, I really want to... We finished the quest with the lady there, and I really want to get some experimental upgrades, because I think those could be massively helpful. Mostly in the armaments departments. Okay, the light passes over it, so we should too. Yes. Let's send out one of these. Okay, a couple of something grave somethings. It's really dark out here. Oh. Okay, that was close. That's kind of snuck up on me there. Okay, we gotta look out for the warps in time. Those were not fun. Leave me alone, pal. Don't you have anything better to do? Go away. Grits and gravy. Oh yeah, our terror is just skyrocketing by the Clockwork Sun. Hello. Sunspur. The dock is rarely used and its maintenance has lapsed. There's evidence of rust and metal strain, but only of non-crucial components. It's safe to stop for now. Once inside the dock, the sun scouring light is diminished. The Clockwork Sun. Scavenging with the Dawn Rats. Let's see what they have to say. A nervous face whispers to you from behind a bulkhead. Help us! We were brought here to build the Clockwork Sun. Lots of abandoned storerooms. Help us raid them and take your fill. Safety in numbers. The sun despises thieves, but its anger can't shine on all of us. Scavenge for fuel. I mean, we can buy fuel here, or scavenge for supplies. Risking 5 crew. Nah, I don't really need to, so I'm not going to. The Clockwork Sun. Let's write a port report. Real quick, the bazaar. Don't really need that. I do need is lots of fuel. Clockwork Sun. It's not. I don't really think I'm going to do it for him. Head towards Azimuth. Let's see. Complete my charitable mission. The sequencer clasps his hands together. I can just imagine their smiles, he says. And oh, their wide, grateful eyes, and their misshapen bow ties, crying out for correction. He sends his orderlies to fetch you your payment. There's a glint in his eye. I knew I was right about you. The sequence brought us together for a reason. We should send another package. Okay. Another crate is dropped at the sequencer's feet by his shuffling orderlies. Here we have a collection of antique but very functional pistols, he says brightly. I was thinking we should send them to the London Refuge for the lamentably parentless. I'm sure the little mites will enjoy the thrill of the hunt. Untraceable gold ingots. Yeah, let's give guns to kids. Let's do it. Let's do it. Quiet day, no matter. Overawed by the sun, I expect. Oh my gosh. Request access to the sun-shattered dome. Let's search elsewhere. Attempt to navigate the bad patch. Partial success. Catch the crew member. Search elsewheres. And investigate the carousel. Failure. 5 terror. Brushing aside glitter dust, you discover a label on the carousel's base. Tempest Precognisticator. Each bottle is similarly labeled. Philosopher. Something roils through the glass. You study the controls to no avail. You pull some levers at random, and nothing happens. You attempt to pull one of the bottles free, but it's moored far too firmly. Eventually, you're forced to get up and move on. Let's return to safety. This is kind of... there's just nothing here, if that makes sense. Descend to the vaults. What's in the vaults? The broken steward. Oh yeah, she wants the permits. Yeah, well, there's nothing really else here at the Clockwork Sun, so we're going to head on out. And we're headed straight north. Real quick, actually. We're going to go back to the Clockwork Sun, and we're going to try to go in it. And we'll see how bad of an idea this is. Okay, yeah, that's not getting us anywhere. That's just, there's nothing there for us to really see or interact with, which is a shame. Why do I feel really slow? A touch of the skies. Well, another round of brandy. Let's keep their hands and their heads busy, so that way they don't hurt themselves. Alright, alright, so we lost a piece of fuel, which is not great, but not the end of the world. Now we just head north and to around. Why does it feel like everything's slower? Okay, let's loot the hold and see what's in it. Faded decanter, a selection of immaculate souls. Interesting. Barato's Loom. Yep, and we're on track. Holy cow, but that was rough. The fights up here are harder, but there's not a lot I can really do about that. With the increased durability of opponents. I've already upgraded my weapons, so unless we find some fabulously rare items. What the heck? That was a ship, that was a warp. Oh shoot! Okay. The warp was over there, that's no bueno. An unexploded shell. An engineer has made an alarming discovery. An undetonated shell from a recent battle has penetrated your hull and is lodged in a cavity under the plating. It's still there, buried in a nest of high pipes. Let's order the crew to remove it, and oh noes. They've been working on the shelf for a taut half hour when an explosion roused your locomotive. Engineers had erected spare plating to contain the blast, minimizing its affecting your locomotive, if not themselves. Not everyone managed to get clear. So we lost 2 dudes. Which is a shame, but this is going to sound horrible, but we got a lot of them. 2 dudes is not a bad amount of crew to lose. And if anything, it kind of helps for a while, because that means we consume fewer supplies. That sounded absolutely horrendous, and I'm sorry. So as near as I can tell, it's only been a week since we left the other place. I might be entirely off about where we're supposed to go, which would suck. I just realized it might not be the Royal Society we have to go to, which would be a shame. But again, I can't do anything about that right now. Yay, this very pleasant and beautiful place. The Royal Society. Airy. Oh, Mr. Menagerie is passing through. Let's visit Mr. Menagerie. A bat, a star-smitten bat, a ratronaut. Let's listen to a story of things past. Yeah, we'll spend a sovereign to hear a story from Mr. Menagerie. Mr. Menagerie gestures to the Ormswold out beyond the cozy confines of the Royal Society. Old ground, hunting ground, when wings spread free and soared, and we were indigo in tooth and claw. Are those teeth you can see below the hood? When the skies were young, when we were young, our bargains were savage, our hunts were sacred, we lifted all wings, our appetites naked. All gone now, things change, time takes over. Acquire nothing. The Throne of the Hour King. Interesting. Let's real quick head to the bazaar. Goodbye tea. Oh, we can get fuel and supplies. Excellent. Excellent. The Celestial Exhibition. What do you want? Uncanny specimens, artifacts, condemned experiments? Nah, no thanks. Volunteering with a short-sighted professor. A short-sighted professor runs up to you at the docks. Where have you been? You're my new test subject, yes? Hurry up! I can volunteer as a lab assistant. Their smile is almost not quite comforting. This will reduce your terror depending on success. Volunteer crew use will get you a savage secret. There's no risk to your crew. Let's volunteer as a lab assistant. And we actually succeeded. The professor's experiments are poorly thought out. You remove the electrical clamp from your tongue to offer a few suggestions, and before long we are wearing a lab coat of your own. The expressions on the student roped in to replace you quickly confirm that you were right to wriggle out of being his test subject. Alright, the Royal Society. Wander the gardens. Let's write a port report. Nell's Tower, what's here? The Queen's Astronomer. A ministry stamped permit. Observe the Clockwork Sun. Oh yeah, just gains us more terror, joy. The Rochester Club. Oh. Yeah, no, I'm not doing that. I'm gonna accept defeat. Yeah, let's compete in a Rochester race and see what they want. Portsmouth House. All right. Yeah, that's a good use of tea. The energetic mechanic eyes the proffered tea eagerly. Well, all right, I can make up the time later. The two of you sit beside a great glass window that overlooks the whirring chaos of the Royal Society's lower workshops. Manufactured sunlight seeps over the metal and glass, burnishing the area. I have just one goal, Captain. Everything that enters my door should leave improved. The mechanic grins. There's so much to do in so little time. But if I achieve that, only that, it'll do. They drain their cup up and lean back to their feet. Better get on. Nice. Um, the workshops. Let's talk to the Tinkerer I think I've got there. Yep. Carefully, she takes her scorched notebook in her hands and flicks through the pages, occasionally nodding. Thank you, Captain. How marvelous. It ought to be classified with the regrettables in the Dulford compilation, I think. She traces the broken lines of the sign with her blackened fingertip. The impact that destroys, the fire that burns bright. For some, there is no surrender. She takes the notebook and places it in a drawer marked with the stamp of the Ministry. Very good, Captain. Here, your reward. I'm more than happy to do business with you from now on. Let's see. Let's see. She shows you to her workroom where half-built machines and Herculean blueprints dominate the cluttered space. Old hobbies before I found my real passion, she says in a tone of fond humor. See if there's anything you like. I'll get the lads from engineering to knock something together for you. Acquire Signor Zenobia's uh, prestige scythe. Increases armor by 8. Takes my auxiliary slot. An adamant reinforced windshield. Bridge slots, Veils of 75. No thanks. Cantankerous boring rig. Auxiliary slots. A mining rig. Hull by 4. Armor by 5. Auxiliary. We don't have the mirrors for it. Heathcliff durable plating. Your plating slot requires your hearts is at least 50. Uh, increases armor by 11 and hold by 4. That is perfect. We need 15 experimental modifications for that. For speedy and incendiary removal and convenient laws arresting your progress. The law furnace occupies your British slot, requires your iron is at least 75. Okay. Osiris, patented divider. Alright, so we need 15 experimental modifications. Let's contribute a barrel of unseasoned hours. Let's contribute condemned experiment. And now we just need to donate another otherworldly artifact. And that's 15 experimental modifications. And now we can perhaps not. And now we can go to the lady. Heathcliff durable plating. Hearts is at least 50. It increases armor by 11 and hull by 15. Acquire the Heathcliff durable plating. Thin as man's pride, and enduring as true love, inscribed Tinkerer says with a rare smile. Or so the poets would have us believe. Nice. Okay, let's leave. So that was costly, but we now have 20 hold slots, which is fantastic. Nothing else here that we really need. So let's just buy a boatload of all this. 6 and 6. All right. They want me to go to Rochester Club and back. I really don't want to do that. I really don't. So we're probably just gonna. We can do the race at any time. We'll save that for another day. Now then, I want to see if I can find something here. If I can't, then we're just gonna head on up through there and then to Warlburg-Juxtamare, where we can reduce a lot of terror. I don't think so. Yeah, no, this is a little enclosed space. Yeah. Yeah, no. Yep. Really red stuff, red dust. Yep, straight through there. Ah, phooey. Gotcha. Oh, wind. There we go. Let's see what you got. Sheaf of papers. A ministry stamp permit! Nice. Okay, so that actually makes every single one of those dudes that we can fight worth it. And I mean every single one. Because if we can get ministry stamp permits, that is gold, my friend. That is gold. Okay, that was exciting. Alright. Send out the owl. Something grave up ahead. Interesting. The Jimenez. Let's strip her for repairs. 13 hull. Nice. Another bad guy? Or a monitor, maybe? Yeah, it's a monitor. No tentacles. Sweet. Something ghastly over there. I feel like we're moving faster now. I don't know what's up with that. Regardless, we're about to get our way to Wolbari-Juxtamer, which is a nice place. Oh, we don't have an invite to Perdurance, I don't think, so it's not worth it to go there. Yeah, we'll strip her for parts. I think we gained 5 terror from that. I don't know what happened there. Whoops. Oh well. We are about to get to Wolbari-Juxtamer. Poor Auntie is a drinker. That's a problem. Hello. Got him. All right. Holy cow. Rougher than expected. Let's see. What do we want? Let's prize otherworldly artifacts. Yay. Those are valuable. We can get experimental modifications from those. House of Hughes. Let's get some fun in Wolbari-Juxtamer. Alright. The mists of Wolbari. Fog rises from below, seeping through the wooden slats of the dock. The crowds waiting in the queue begin to sing, a watery, ululating tone of no discernible melody. Join the Song of the Mists, or offer sanctuary. So we could recruit some people. Let's join the Song of the Mists. The song spills from your lips. There are no words in it, but as your voice rises with the others, there's a sense of belonging. Gradually, the mist ebb, the song stills. A woman exclaims with joy and holds up her right hand. The mists have left her a gift, a pink new finger sprouting beside her thumb. Okay, that's kind of freaky, but okay. I'm not going to spend a Ministry Stamp permit. Well, actually... See, you always check just in case. People will keep pilfering the cups for mementos. Replacing them is a constant chore. If you help the Bureau of Entertainment out, they'll slide you in past the queue. As soon as you've handed over your goods, the official clicks his fingers. Workers from the Bureau of Entertainment quickly commandeer your attention. A man and woman appearing on each side, both exquisitely dressed, their smiles well-whetted knives. Come already. The courtier doesn't like waiting. Alright, so let's get our outfit. Fabulous footwear. It is the courtier who goes to his knees, lotusing your foot between his long fingers. In the frame of his black eyes, your reflection is that of a stranger's, wildly and otherworldly. A personal touch is all he says. The courtier does not permit you to rise, nor does he allow you to pick your shoes. Instead, he offers you options to sift through: high heels, sensible clogs, equestrian boots in the softest leather, open-toed slippers, sandals teased together from golden wires. When he is finally satisfied, he considers you for a long moment. He turns to a wardrobe and hands you several garments, all your size. Once you are dressed, he dismisses you, shooing you off into Worlebury Juxtamare. Alright. Well, let's write that port report. Alright. Tea is always a good idea. In a universe of horrors, tea is never wrong. Yes, quite right. Earl Green is the specialty here, except for vegetal aftertaste or radishy quality. It is most inoffensive. The tea room has an industrial air, white marble, black steel. Everyone is silent. Everyone but you is dressed precisely the same way. It appears traditional for patrons here to abscond with a piece of crockery, a mug, a delicate teacup, a saucer. Whatever best reminds them of the tea room. As such, you do the same. No reason to be so polite. After all, I supplied some, didn't I? Let's explore the path to the beach. This is the beach. Of course it's the beach. What else could it be? It's a stretch of pale particulates and rolling mist. The air smells of salt and things that mummified in the sun. Of cinnamon and licorice, it is pebbles and grains of bluegrass, tendrils of something curious and organic, worm-like growths tufting through the sediment. This is exactly what beaches are. Let's walk down the beach. Alright. What makes the jaunt so disconcerting? Let's chance it. Ah, we failed. We gained 15 terror, oh boy. For a flash of a heartbeat, Worlebury Juxtamare peels normalcy from its smiling face, and you see everything. Everything that was, is, could be, and has been in 1,000 nightmare dimensions. Or maybe you inhaled some airborne hallucinogens. It's hard to tell sometimes. Alright. Let's get some rubbery lumps. Let's take a donkey ride. Leave swiftly. Alright, so that didn't go quite as planned, but it is what it is. So my plan is from here to head out into this, try and find a port. We'll stop at Perdurance, if for no other reason than to pick up maybe some things. Even if we can't gain admittance, we can still buy some things, I think. And then we'll head on down. Stopping by here, and then head on out and down. But that should be all for now. Let's Real quick. Make sure we save Papa. And then that will be all for today. Thank you so much for watching. And I will see you on the next one. Farewell.